Welcome, race fans, to Pitside Live here down County Speedway in Corning, Iowa. What a great night. We're here racing, and we took a week off, if you didn't already know that, for 4th of July, and we're back here in full bore. Nice, warm July weather here in Iowa. But the most awesome part about tonight is if you're wanting to come to races, it's free 99 tonight, so no excuse to be here. It's no excuse to not be here because it's free admission tonight, and we have plenty of refreshments. We have a great breeze that's going to help cool you off. We already have a line out there. Our big sponsor tonight is Iowa Corn District 7. We can't thank them enough. They have a lot of stuff here. We are going to be giving away stuff galore tonight. All of you kids, if you don't know it, that track is going to be completely covered with candy and things made of corn. Corn syrup, everything you can think of is going to be on that track. So be prepared to get here, kids, because we got a lot of stuff for you to pick up. We have a lot of prizes. They have a big table out there right now giving things away. So looking forward to that. So I'll tell you what, folks, it's a good night to be coming to the races. It's free. We had our week off. Drivers are out there. I tell you what, guys, by the way, this is Cliff Baldwin. To my left is Evan Baldwin and Cole Hendrickson. So welcome aboard. Good to be back racing with you, and we're ready for a nice warm one and a good one.
It's a scorcher. I am sweating. I am sweating in places I shouldn't be sweating. So good night of racing here at the Speedway. It's been 2 weeks since we've been racing here. We took last weekend off. 4th of July stuff, we had a little bit of an issue with staffing, so we went ahead and took that off. So we're back, though, and back with another night of weekly racing. So going to be another good night. I want to kind of start off here reflecting on 2 weeks ago from what we can remember. It was a big night here at the Speedway for the Gail and Karen Hampel Memorial with the Malvern Bank Super Late Models West Series. Just really awesome to have the late models back here at the Speedway. And one thing that really stood out to me was the crowd that we had. I mean, the crowd was just absolutely phenomenal. Probably one of the biggest crowds I've seen since I was a little kid here at the Speedway. Unfortunately, we had some issues with track prep, and then we had some issues in the concession stand, and then we had some issues in other places. So the show was slower than we would have liked it to be. It was a little bit more dragged out, and then we had an unfortunate end of the night when the compacts had a double rollover, and we had to call it that night. So, but we are going to have double features tonight, race fans. That means for your compact division. That'll be the first race on the track. Will be your compact feature tonight. It'd be weird to see a feature in the daylight in this hot sun. So, but other than that, Cole, I know you said the same thing. You know, the crowd was outstanding, and it was just good to have late models back here at the Speedway.
Yeah, and I thought it was a really good race, too. In my opinion, I think that was one of the better late model races we've seen in a while. Once Zeitner got out front, he did check out a little bit, but there for a while, that race for the lead was very, very good. But, you know, as you said about the track prep, I mean, ultimately it was the right call. You know, it needed to be done, and I think the racers really appreciated that they did go out there and do some of that prep. So, and a little bit of the prep they did before the late model heats too made it really, really racy. So it was good. But as far as weekly classes go, we saw some awesome racing too. I'd say the biggest thing for me last week with our weekly series was I'd say Bobby Key winning the Hobby Stocks first time in a couple of years. And I thought it was funny. He got out of the car in victory lane, and he didn't even believe you. He said he felt somebody beating on his back bumper, and I'm like, you had a half a straightaway on him.
That's what I said. I'm like, dude, I don't know what you were feeling, but, well, you could tell that he probably thought that because the last, 2 or 3 laps, Cole and I were kind of looking at each other like, man, he might blow this thing off the top. Like, he was driving it like, there was somebody right on his rear end. But, again, you don't have a rear view mirror in these race cars, so you kind of have no idea how far these guys are behind you. And unfortunately, that's kind of what you are, is you're a sitting duck sometimes. But nobody had anything for Bobby last week. I don't know what it was, but the car was just finally handling really well for him. It was a nice setup for him, and it's nice to see somebody different win. That's the first win I believe he's ever had in that chassis. Yep. His first hobby stock win was in a different car. So, but it was good to see him win. We had quite a few repeat winners last 2 weeks ago as well. Bryce Allen, once again,
shocker. He
is just absolutely dominant right now. The way that car is right now, I just don't think anybody can beat him. I mean, he is just absolutely just on rails right now. That car is perfect. It has so much more drive than any other car out there, and he picks up 2-3 car lengths down the straightaways like no other like nobody else. So,
Yeah.
then you had stock car winner again was Tony Hardesty, another repeat winner as well. And then also in our modifieds was our Underdog 22. Had some different faces. It was good to see some different mods there at the Speedway last week, with Ryan Jenkins picking up the $2,000 to win. But anytime Ryan Jenkins comes here to the Speedway, he's really, really difficult to beat. So a lot of good cars were here 2 weeks ago. If you didn't make it, it's unfortunate because you missed a really, really good show. You definitely got your money's worth time-wise. It took a while.
Started a little late.
We had the issue on the front stretch with the transponder loop, but I think it's a heck of a lot better this week. Big thanks to Brad Derry for bringing down the bulldozer and doing that for us. It was well worth it.
So, go ahead.
Oh, and speaking of last week, I don't know, did you hear about why Hobshite had that car down here?
Mm-mm.
We got very lucky to have him down here. I went down and talked to him, and I said, it was weird not seeing you in the 01. And he actually said the only reason he had that car here was because he junked his USMTS car. He had to go down to Arkansas the day before this race and drive it back. He raced it and then took it back and converted it to a USRA car. So pretty wild. That's some dedication.
One thing I do want to say, race fans, I do see your comments on here. Our video is laggy again. I'm using my hotspot on my phone. It must not be working the greatest right now for some reason. So the audio is good, race fans, but our video is super laggy. The good thing is, though, if you go back and watch this after it's recorded, it won't be laggy. So just unfortunate right now. Our Wi-Fi is a little bit laggy right now. I might try to, over a commercial break or something, I might try to switch up the Wi-Fi here. I might try to go on our racetrack Wi-Fi to see if that makes a difference, but we apologize for that. I'm glad the audio is good, though, so you guys can still hear us. So, but just a little bit laggy right now on the old YouTube.
So one more thing on last week before we start talking a little more about this week again. Last week with our late model, 2 weeks ago, of course, our late model show, we have kind of a surprise in 2 weeks. We'll have another late model show, but we have kind of a surprise to announce for that. So I don't know if you want to do that, but
I can. I can announce it really quick.
We have a new sponsor on board.
Race fans. Jay Burdick, again, Malvern Bank, Dirt Track Bank, huge supporter of this speedway. He's a supporter of speedways throughout the country, pretty much, and
throughout the Midwest.
We are very fortunate to have him as our. We are his home track, and we are very fortunate. So he has decided to. He is going to fly up here. Hunt the Front is going to be here for our late model race in 2 weeks. Jesse Sobbing, unfortunately, will not be able to race his late model. He's getting back surgery again. So the J1 car and the 99 will be available. And Joseph and Jonathan Joyner will be joining us to race. So it'll be super cool. I hope they bring up their YouTube stuff. I hope they can, take some YouTube videos and stuff for us and post that on their YouTube channel, because their YouTube channel is massive. It's big enough now, race fans. If you don't know who Hunt the Front is, they are a long-time YouTube channel based out of Milford, Florida, and they actually have their own late model series now called Hunt the Front Racing. It's Hunt the Front Late Model Series. They primarily race out of the southeast. Brandon Overton's on that series. I know Ashton Wenger kind of races that a little bit. So they've got some big names down there. They're doing a really good job of promoting late model racing down in the southeast. As you know, Cole, late model racing is huge down in that area. So it'll be super cool to see them up here. I do believe Jay's trying to get them to go to Marshalltown as well on Friday night. And then because the Dale de France Memorial is Friday night, they're going to race that, and then they're going to come here and race this weekend, because I do believe that their racing series is obviously probably off that weekend. So I don't think Cole knew that. Cole's surprised, too.
Yeah,
I don't think he knew that.
That blew my mind.
Big surprise.
Yeah, I don't even think I've ever seen them race in person, so I'm pretty excited about that.
I have once up at Silver Dollar.
Okay.
Joseph raced at Silver Dollar one time. So
which one was that?
He raced the very last one.
Oh, then I guess I have seen him race.
He raced the very last one. So
all right.
So in the 10 car, and Dre is also going to make stickers for him for their numbers, and they're going to put Hunt the Front on the cars as well.
So the other
it'll be cool.
The other quick thing on that is a new sponsor, TNT Ford out of Red Oak, the new ownership of the Ford dealership in Red Oak. They're going to be a big part of this. They're going to be, TNT will be presenting. They will be the ones bringing you Hunt the Front. So they're also going to be adding money to all the other classes that night. So we'll be having an extra purse for all the other classes thanks to TNT Ford.
The race that we are talking about, race fans, is in 2 weeks. It is the Rayhawk Memorial. It is a east-west race for the Malvern Bank Super Late Models Series. It's super cool because they don't do a lot of those. The first one right now is tonight up at the Shelby County Speedway, but they don't do a lot of east-west races. There's only a select few on the schedule. We are lucky enough to have one of those, and we actually have 3 of those this year because our last 2 races at the end of the year in October are also east-west races for the championship night. So it'll be good to see some different faces down here, and yeah, I totally didn't tell Cole that yet, so I'm glad you were raw on the reaction on that. So
and everybody else is surprised too. So yeah, it's an awesome deal.
It'll be cool. And a huge shout out to Jay Burdick for setting that up. The reason why Jay is doing this is because Jay actually sponsors them. Dirt Track Bank is one of Hunt the Front's sponsors, so that's why he is flying them up here. They will not be bringing their own race cars. They're going to be racing the J1 car and the 99 car because Jay Burdick owns 2 Capital chassis, which is what Hunt the Front used to race. I think now they're racing Longhorns. So
I believe so. Yeah.
But when they first started, they were racing Capitals, and they're super good guys. Jay said they're really down home guys. They'll fit in well up here. Because they're from small town Florida. They're right there in the panhandle of Florida, and the track, their home track, Milford, Florida. I watched the Lucas Oil race there back what was that, in February or whatever. It is definitely a redneck racetrack, so they will fit in quite well.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. It's crazy. If you've been watching them for a while, you know how much they've grown over the years. You think back, it used to be they were just hauling one late model to the track. Now they got a whole fleet of cars, and
their YouTube channel is huge.
Look at the sponsors on their cars now too. They even got Kubota. I mean, they're pulling in Fortune 500 companies to sponsor their cars. So it shows you what social media can do, and I've always enjoyed their content. And I'll tell you, a racer that's going to be really excited about that is Hunter Poston. He's actually who put me onto them. So
right, and then Hunt the Front race fans, if you want to go subscribe to them on YouTube as well, they have 141,000 subscribers right now on YouTube, so it's a great watch. Their videos are super good. They're super authentic, and they're just another one of those guys down in the Southeast that promote good racing. So we look forward to hosting them here at the Speedway here in 2 weeks. So hopefully Mother Nature will hold off for that as well. But
okay, so we got that. I want to get that surprise out there, get that announced for our show in 2 weeks, because I want to make sure we're going to push that for the next 2 weeks. But tonight is, if you don't know, it is Salute to Farming. This is an event that our good friend and longtime helper here, Bob Harris, helped start this thing, I do believe 6 years ago anyway, but I can't remember, maybe the 6th annual. But it's a no-brainer, Salute to Farming. Iowa Corn Grower, the Iowa Corn Association District 7 here is a huge supporter of this. They came on board 2 years ago, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, which is what we want it to do. You're going to see them all around this place in yellow shirts, advertising the E88, the unleaded.
That's what I put in my car.
Yep. So
it's cheap.
That's a big thing.
We have it here in town now.
Handing out all kinds of things. They have added money to. They're doing a hard charger tonight, so we have hard charger money going out to each class, $100. They also have. You'll see racing fuel cans on display over there. They are full of fuel. The winner was going to get one of those in each class as well. So. And also, one lucky fan is going to get one of those gas cans, too. So that's the neat part about it. So
Parrish, you're on TV, by the way.
It's all right. He's okay. Come on. It's all right. Just wave. It's all right.
But
so, yes, I could take one of those.
But, again, race fans, Iowa Corn tonight, as you walk into the grandstands here, race fans, there's race cars kind of parked outside there.
They're doing autographs.
They've got their trailer out there as well, their walk-through trailer.
And it's air-conditioned.
You've got a lot of cool things out there to see as well. Once again, race fans, you're going to see those 5 VP fuel jugs out there. That's going to go away to each driver that wins the features tonight. The other cool thing, race fans, is we're also having a jug down at the pit shack. All the drivers are going to be signing that, and then we are sending that back to VP Fuels. So that'll be cool for that sponsor as well. Also, race fans, if you walk into the grandstands tonight, go over to your right as you walk in. Iowa Speedway, which I cannot believe they are here, because this is their biggest race weekend of the year up there for the Hy-Vee IndyCar Series race. But they are here tonight, race fans. They brought their pace vehicle down here, and they've got iRacing Simulator down here tonight too, race fans. So make sure, if you've never tried iRacing before, make sure you go try that out. It is super fun. Cole and I have one at home, but Cole's kind of takes it way more seriously than I do. But hey,
Yeah.
it's something fun for the fans to do down here.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, and make sure you go over there. And I mean, I had to go inspect it, being the guy that I am.
It's a high-dollar setup.
It is a legit setup. Those are the nicest pedals you can get, and they have a SimCube wheel. I know that's probably gibberish to most people, but those are the nicest equipment you can get. So
I see race fans also. We also have free samples here tonight of
Dole Distributing
for Dole Distributing. Looks like we have neutral vodka here tonight for seltzers. They are here for free samples tonight as well. Dole Distributing, always good to have them here as well. So
the other thing, interrupt again here, is Iowa Corn is being our big sponsor. So we're going to have a lot of interviews we're going to be doing here real quick in a little bit. I'm going to take us off for 5 seconds while you guys finish, and I'm going to go see who our first guest is going to be. So you guys keep going.
Why don't we go ahead and go to our first commercial break, because I'm going to try to get this audio, or I'm going to try to get this video cord figured out here.
I probably got to log in and do that, don't I?
And you're probably going to have to refresh. So go ahead and click your refresh button and try that again. So, but like I said, race fans, really, really cool night tonight. It is free admission into the grandstands tonight, race fans. So you're going to have a little bit extra money to spend at the concession stand or at the beer stand if you are of age drinking alcoholic beverages here tonight. I know it's going to be a little bit hard to get a little buzz out there tonight because it is really, really warm. So make sure you're drinking plenty of water tonight, race fans. We have plenty of shade down here on the concourse as well. If you get hot up in the grandstands, you can come down here, and we got plenty of shade for you down here to cool off as well. So
all right.
We are ready to go to our first commercial break.
We're going to take our commercial break so we get some other guests on
and
here.
We'll be right back with you.
Okay, so you can see the countdown.